Good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and I want to welcome you back. My name is Paul Barr, the owner of Oxford Yoga Studio here in beautiful downtown Oxford, 18 North Washington. So as always, I hope you had a good weekend, and it's the middle of summer, so always a good time to do yoga. Of course, anytime is a good time to do yoga. So as we usually do, we get into a very comfortable seated position at the front of our mat. If you have a blanket or block, you can sit on that. You can have your legs straight, you can have your legs crossed. Really totally up to you. So let's just sit up nice and tall. Just close our eyes, put your hands on your knees, and let's just take a few good breaths. Just kind of settling into our mat this morning. Just settling in. I want you just to take a quick body scan of your whole body from head to toe and see if you notice any areas of maybe tightness or stress or any kind of pain or discomfort. And if you do, just make a mental note of where that is in your body. And then likewise with your mind, just see, and do a quick analysis of your brain, see if there's any of the same thoughts that keep coming in and out of the brain over and over again. And whatever those thoughts are, just kind of make a mental note of what they are, maybe what they relate to. Don't try to kick them out, just notice them, and again, just make another note about what they are. So as we always do, I want you to bring your palms together to the center of your heart. Close your eyes. And we just want to make an offering, a dedication for our practice this morning. By making or dedicating our practice, we're generating good vibes into the world. And this intention, this offering that you make for your practice can be for anyone. It can be for someone who's struggling with a particular mental, physical, or emotional illness. Could be for the world, could even be for yourself. Because in yoga, I'm a firm believer that if we don't take care of ourselves, it's really, really hard to help other people. So whatever that intention is for, know that that offering is going to get all the benefits of your practice, of all of your hard work. And then we just bow our chin to the chest just to seal in that intention, knowing we can come back to it at any time during our practice. And we come back up. I want you to take your arms, bring them behind your back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe look up to the sky as we stretch out the front of our chest. And then gently release your hands. Bring it in front of you, interlace your fingers, and kind of sit back, really round the back as we kind of stretch out the back. Trying to untangle all those tight muscles. And then with your hands interlaced, bring your hands over your head, maybe look up to the hands, up to the sky, and really press those palms up to the ceiling or to the sky. And then release, shake out the arms. This time I want you to take your right hand, bring it behind your right hip, take your left hand onto your right knee. And we're just going to do a seated twist over to our right, sitting up nice and tall, maybe looking over the right shoulder. Our right hand behind our hip is just on our fingertips, so we're just kind of using it for stability. And gently come back to center. This time take your left hand behind your left hip, your right hand onto the left knee. And we're going to do the same thing over to the left side. Just a nice seated twist over to the left. And again, you may look over your left shoulder, maybe not. but just make sure you're nice and tall. And then gently come back to center. This time take your right hand and bring it on the outside of your right hip so your fingers are kind of pointed to the side. Then we're going to inhale our left arm up, really reach it up. Then we're just going to do a side bend over to the right, really reaching that left arm, really stretching out the left side of our abdomen or our oblique area. And again, we're just untangling, loosening up the muscles of the body so the nutrients and the blood can flow smoothly. And then gently come back to center. This time take your left hand, bring it on the outside of the left hip. And again, have your fingers pointed to the side. Inhale the right arm up. And then reach it over your right ear. Really extend that right arm. Really reach, reach, reach. As we stretch out the right side of the body. And then gently come back up. Now we're going to roll forward into tabletop, hands and knees pose. We're just going to do a few cat-cows for the spine, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, with a flat back. We're going to inhale, drop the belly and lift the head. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. And exhale, round the back. Come to a flat back. And then come to a kneeling position on your knees. We're just going to do a quick stretch to the top of our feet. So kneeling on our knees, we're just going to sit back, pressing the top of our feet into the mat, just stretching out the ligaments of the ankle, the top of the feet. Hands can be on your knees. So this ends the first segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, maybe get a drink of water, and we'll continue in our second segment with our standing poses, continuing with our practice this morning.
Hi there, it's Connie Miller from Connie's Kitchen here at Treetop Lodge on OCTV here in Oxford and on YouTube. I want you to come on back and enjoy the show. We've got a lot of episodes coming up and a lot of new stuff running, and we're doing all sorts of different things. We're grilling and everything else. Here at the Lodge, we're busy, so come on back. I want to see you soon. Thank you.
Welcome back to our second segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. And we're going to continue with some standing poses. We'll start with one that we don't do too often, but one that's good for the whole body. Is called Tadasana, or mountain pose. So your feet are going to be shoulder width apart, or hip distance apart, I should say. And our hips aren't as wide as we think. I would say our hips in general maybe about 6 to 8 inches apart, really on the inside here. Now I want you to bring your arms down by your side with your palms facing forward to the front of the mat. You're standing up nice and tall. And your hands are really spread wide, your core is engaged, you're pressing your feet firmly into the mat. Your arms are really strong, but your shoulders are relaxed, your gaze is level. And of course, you're breathing. And then from here, we're going to inhale very slowly, our arms up to the sky. And then very gently, we're going to slowly fold forward. This time, I want you to put a big bend in your knees. Let your arms hang, let your head drop. And try to make sure your knees don't turn out to the side. Try to have them come in a little bit so the knees are facing to the front of the mat. If you want, you can grab opposing elbows. And then from here, very slowly, very gently, come all the way up to standing, bring the arms up, and then exhale the palms together. So we're just going to do a pose that we haven't done in a long time. We're just going to do a sun salutation. At any time, if you find the sun salutation uncomfortable, just come to child's pose. But we're just going to take it very slowly. We're not doing anything crazy with it. So again, we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. This time I want you to start with your palms together at the center of your heart. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to very slowly bring our arms up to the sky. Then as we exhale, we're just going to gently fold forward over our straight legs. So either our feet or our fingertips come to the floor. And then we're just going to inhale and look up a little bit or halfway. Then as we exhale, we're just going to step back to the top of a push-up. And you can come down to your knees if that's more acceptable. And then as we exhale, we're just going to slowly come all the way down to the bottom. And then we're going to inhale and straighten the arms. Lift the chest for up dog. And then we're going to exhale, uncurl the toes, lift the hips, coming into down dog. Hands press firmly into the mat. You may want to pick up one foot, then the other, just bicycling the feet. The head drop. And then look between the hands, bend the knees, and slowly walk your feet to the front of the mat. And then inhale, look up halfway. And then exhale, gently fold forward. And then inhale, very slowly come up to standing. Bring the arms up to the sky. And exhale, palms together. Good job. So now I want you to widen your stance a little bit, or a lot actually. Bring your arms out to a T, and eventually your ankles will get underneath your wrists, and if they don't worry about it. So we're going to inhale and exhale the hands to the waist. Inhale, a little back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, gently fold forward. Bring your hands or fingertips to the middle of the mat, or if your hands can come to your shin or ankle. Let the head drop. Gaze to the back of the mat. Kind of a little bend in the knees if you'd like. Then bring your hands to the waist. Very slowly come all the way up to standing. Arms out to a T. Then from here, I want you to step both feet to the front of the mat and bring your palms together at the center of your heart. So continuing with our standing poses, we're going to do Warrior One. So again, we're going to start at the front of our mat, our feet hip distance apart. This time we'll start with our hands down by our side, palms facing forward. Then we're going to inhale very slowly, our arms up. And then we're going to bring our right foot back, bring our right leg into a lunge, probably at the corner of our mat. Nice lunge in our right knee. And we want to check to make sure our knee is over our ankle, not over our toes. arms are really strong, core is really engaged. Sometimes people wonder how they get stronger in yoga, and it's by keeping our arms and our muscles really, really working. We don't have any floppy anything in yoga. Keeping your arms where they are. Step your left foot to the front of the mat. And then we're going to bring our right foot back. This time reversing positions, reversing sides. Having a lunge in our left knee, making sure it's over the ankle. Arms are strong. Maybe you look up to the sky. Again, everything, all of our muscles are working. We're not flopping around or and again, with your arms right where they are, step your right foot to the front of the mat, and then bring your palms together, center of the heart. Now widen your stance a little bit. Come down into a Buddha squat. So this ends our second segment of Rise and Shine Yoga. Take a quick break, get a drink, and then our last segment we'll do our seated poses and closing meditation.
Hi, I'm Elgin Nichols.
And I'm Terry Stiles.
Join Terry and me with the Oxford Weekly News broadcast on our Charter 191 and AT&T Channel 99, Monday through Friday, noon, 6:30, and 11 p.m.
Learn about local news in the Addison Township, Leonard, and Oxford viewing areas. News not usually covered by other stations.
If you don't have Charter or AT&T service, you can still catch our programs on your computer just by going to the website occtv.org and click on Programs. There you will find our programs and many others of local interest.
Watch OCTV where your news is closer to home.
And welcome back to our final segment of Rise and Shine Yoga, our seated poses and closing meditation. So this first one, I want you to, if you can, sit with your legs crossed. We're going to put our hands behind our hips and just press ourselves forward a little bit. We're just going to bring our hands, extend them out in front of our crossed legs. Making sure you breathe. Working the hips. Every inhale and exhale, see if you can extend the arms a little bit farther, but making sure that your butt stays firmly attached to the mat. So we don't want to lift our butt, we just want to keep it firmly grounded. And then very slowly come back up. Now we're just going to reverse positions of the legs. So whatever leg was in front, bring it behind. Whatever leg was behind, bring it in front. Again, bring your hands behind your hips and press yourself forward. And again, just extend the arms as far as you can, that's comfortable, but keeping your butt firmly attached to the ground. And very slowly come back up. So now we're going to continue working on the hips, and we're going to do a little bit of a different seated pose. So this time you're going to try to bring your right foot by your right hip, or your left foot by your right hip, and cross your right knee over your left knee. So you kind of look like this. And don't worry, don't try to force your knee over your left knee. Just wherever you can cross it, that's fine. And then you can either stay like this, or if you want, you can extend the arms onto the mat. Just a little different kind of stretch, a little different pose that I don't think we've done before. And again, ideally your right and left butt cheek is firmly grounded into the mat. Very slowly come back up and then very gently uncross the legs. This time you're going to bring your right foot by your left butt cheek. Then if you can, cross the left leg over the right knee. And again, you can just stay like this. Or if you want, you can bring the hands onto the mat or the fingertips even. Again, making sure your butt's firmly grounded into the mat. And very slowly come back up and very gently uncross the legs and extend the legs straight in front of you. This time just bring your right leg out to the side. Bring the sole of your left foot on the inside of the right leg. And you may have to turn to face your right leg or right foot. Have your toes, right toes pulled back to you, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your hands behind your hips. We're going to press ourselves forward. And you can just either reach, grab your foot or your toes, your ankle. Whatever you do, just make sure your back isn't like really rounded. And gently, very slowly release. Come back up. Extend both legs straight. And then this time, bring your left leg out to the side. Sole of the right foot on the inside of the left leg. And again, you may have to turn your torso to face your left foot. And bring your hands behind your hips. Press yourself forward. And then you can either grab the toes or the foot or the ankle or the shin. And very gently release. Slowly come back up. Extend both legs straight in front of you. Make your way to lie on your back. Bend your knees, bring them into the chest, really squeeze them in. Rock side to side. Bring the arms out to the T. Let your knees drop gently over to the right. And if it's available, you can pick your head up. Take the gaze over the left shoulder. The higher you bring your knees up toward the waist or chest, it's more of a twist. But as always, listen to your body. And gently bring the knees and gaze back to center. Let the knees drop over to the left. Maybe pick your head up, take the gaze over the right. Bring the gaze, knees back to center. Really rock, bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. And then make your way up to a seated position. Close your eyes, bow your chin to chest. Thank you so much for letting me lead you in your practice this morning. The light in me bows, shines, reflects the loving, healing energy that comes from your heart. Have a great week, And we'll see you next week for another edition of Rise and Shine Yoga.
At Oakland County Parks and Recreation, we value what you value: family relationships, community connections, good health, environmental stewardship, and economic stability. Oakland County residents and businesses have invested in preserving nearly 7,000 acres of parkland. Since 1966, 13 parks and golf courses have been acquired, maintained, and improved. Oakland County parks and facilities are made possible by millage funds supported by Oakland County residents. For a home valued at $200,000, the homeowner pays less than $25 per year to support the Oakland County parks. With every generation, families create lifelong memories at Oakland County's award-winning parks. From exciting summer escapades and stories around the campfire to brisk fall walks on wooded trails and snowy winter outings, the outdoors beckons year-round. It's time to get up, get out, and get going at the Oakland County parks. Active recreation options abound. Cross-country ski or mountain bike on tree-lined trails. Scale the rock climbing wall. Get your kicks with soccer at several sports fields. Row or paddle a boat on 4 picturesque inland lakes. It's an easy journey. Most parks are just a short drive away. A quick tip: all our parks and golf courses end in Oaks. To find your favorite, just go to destinationoakland.com. Click to pick Oceans of Motion water parks at Red Oaks and Waterford Oaks, the Wint Nature Center at Independence Oaks, Teen Adventures, and even entertainment to go. When outdoor adventures on your list, there's fishing, beaches, boating, playgrounds, and seasonal hunting. The campgrounds at Addison Oaks and Groveland Oaks feel like being up north with plenty of recreation options. Want to get fit? Hit the trails. Oakland County Parks boasts more than 68 miles for strolling, walking, hiking and running, biking, or horseback riding. If the links are your lure, 5 golf courses, including Premier Course Lion Oaks, are conveniently located. Make Glen Oaks or White Lake Oaks your home course. Get an up-north feel at Springfield Oaks, or play a quick 9 at Red Oaks. Our recreation lineup rocks. Learn to swim. Experience an outdoor adventures camp. Take the fast track at BMX, or gain new lifelong skills. Everyone's included. Individuals with disabilities participate in dozens of adaptive opportunities, including a new fully accessible playscape, modified golf carts, and annual events.